I'm Tracy Christensen, host of Community Connection. All of us in Utah can be proud of the fact that for the past 10 years, our state has been ranked #1 in the country for volunteerism. And part of the reason for that is the work done by the people at UServe Utah. Joining us today is LaDawn Stoddard, the director of UServe Utah, and she's here to tell us how they're connecting people with opportunities to serve. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we live in a pretty great state with people that like to volunteer.
We do. We are, as you said, #1 in the nation, and the most interesting thing about that is actually the number of hours given. We almost double the next closest state in the hours that we give annually for individuals that volunteer. So yes, we are very generous.
That's incredible. And why do you think that is?
We get asked that question a lot, and I think a lot of it has to do with just the family culture of Utah in general. Parents like to take their kids to volunteer, and then those kids grow up and become parents, and they just think that's the natural way to do things. And so it just seems to be perpetuated generation to generation. We have had many years, and it doesn't seem to change too much. And so I think that there's just a culture about it that people find a fulfillment in service, and they like to get engaged.
Well, that's great. That creates a good relationship with UServe Utah. Tell us a little bit about what your organization does.
So we are a state agency. We actually are part of the Lieutenant Governor's office, and we work with organizations and do training around how organizations can effectively use volunteers to impact the missions that they're trying to accomplish, and to make sure that they're making a difference in their communities. So that's a piece of what we do. We also work with AmeriCorps programs. I don't know if you're familiar with AmeriCorps, but AmeriCorps, it's similar to the Peace Corps, only it's done here in the U.S. And we work with organizations that use AmeriCorps as members as a way to directly impact needs that are maybe not often that are gap needs, maybe, that aren't served in other ways. So yeah, so we stay engaged pretty heavily with various things that are happening in the community.
I'm sure you do, yeah, helping on both sides with the corporate and the volunteer. And tell us about the Pledge 10 campaign.
So because we're at 10 years of volunteering, and we are just, the percentage of individuals that volunteer in Utah is just below 50%. The governor, when we were recognized for 10 years of #1, he pushed and said, why don't we see if we can go over the hump and go above 50%. And one of the ways that we're hoping to do that is to ask individuals to pledge 10. And that whole 10 is tied to the 10 years of #1, but we're not directing anything in particular. Find 10 organizations to serve with, serve for 10 hours, grab 10 friends. Just find a way to serve and get engaged in your community. We'd love to hear about it on our website, and we invite everyone to come and share their stories about the ways that they've pledged 10 throughout the year. And so 2016 is, the initiative will run clear through 2016 for Pledge 10.
Awesome. So whatever way they can think of to celebrate the 10 years.
We'd love to see really creative things, you know. I mean, we're just saying use 10 and figure out a way to do it. Are you planting 10 trees? Are you, you know, there's just so many different ways. We're really excited to see how creative people can be.
And that's very interesting that even though we're #1 in the country, we still have only half.
It is, but at the national average,
yeah,
the national average is down around 28%. So we are at 48%. We're significantly higher than the national average. So, but still, yeah, we are below 50%, which you know, there's room for improvement.
We can, and it can be small ways and creative ways, like you said.
Exactly.
So tell us how we can become involved and where we can find out about all the Pledge 10s going on.
So if you go to userve.utah.gov, you will have, there's a couple of different links. The Pledge 10 is where you go in and make a pledge. I pledged 10 of, and give us some information on what you want to do, right? And then the second piece is you can come back and share your story. So we'd love to hear how you pledged 10. You know, what difference did you make in your community, or what difference did that make to you? We love to see both sides of that story, because we know service and volunteerism does that. It impacts the individuals that are being served, but it's very impactful on those that are providing service. So we want to hear about that. So you know, just come and tell us about what they're trying to do. So
it's exciting. Well, congratulations on 10 good years, and good luck.
Yeah, and with 10 more, I'm sure.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
To learn more about UServe Utah or one of the other organizations featured on Community Connection, please visit our website at kbyu11.org. Thanks so much for being with us. Please join us again on Community Connection.